is March 2023 and I'm so excited to be back here with you all to do another garden check-in video, especially since I didn't have the chance to do one of these last month. Here in Portland we had a big snowstorm at the end of February, and so the weekend I was planning on doing the garden video, our yard ended up being covered in almost a foot of snow. But I'm here today. It is an absolutely beautiful day here in Portland. It is sunny and like 60 degrees, clear skies, so it's the perfect day to be out here in the garden working on projects and doing a little check-in. I thought that for today's video it would be nice to do something similar to what I did for the December video, which is in addition to the normal check-in tour that I normally do, just spending some time out here working on various projects and things. Now that the term is winding down for school, I have a little bit more time to be out here in the garden, and it's just the perfect day with all the beautiful sunshine. So we'll get started with some projects here or there, and after that we'll do the tour. So let's get started. We're joined by Luca today in his hot little stroller. Kyle and I got this so we could start taking Luca on adventures. Okay, so for starters, I think I'm gonna come through here and take out all of this mulch that we had put down whenever that was. You can see some things are already starting to come through, so I kind of want to just get those out. That way they don't have to like struggle to grow amongst the mulch and stuff. I'm also just going to do some cleaning up with like these old things, like that pineapple sage over there, just like cutting things back from last year. Do that a little bit too over here in this one, maybe in here. This is what happens when I try to bring Beep outside to hang out with me while I'm doing my videos. Beep, come on. What are you doing? Come on. Yeah. What you got up there? Oh no. Alright, and another thing I'm going to do today is divvy up some of these chrysanthemum and aster plants. I have another orange chrysanthemum here that I'd like to put in this garden bed to give it a little bit more color variation, but I'm not sure if I waited too long to put this one in the ground, so we'll see. But yeah, we've got a few like asters and mums around here, and they've gotten quite big, so I'm going to dig them up and separate them and then move them around a little bit. Another thing that I'm going to do today is clean out some of these flower pots we have right here. These are just filled with like a collection of wildflower seeds and random other volunteers that have jumped in there over the years. So I'm thinking I'll clean it out and use the pot to plant some of the chrysanthemums that I divvy up over there in the garden bed. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Little meow. Little guy. All right, everyone. So it is now a couple days after I started shooting this video. I underestimated the time that it would take me to work on all of those projects I had in mind the other day. So I'm back now to do the second part of this video, do the little garden check-in. It's definitely not as sunny today, but it's the first day of spring, so I thought today was the perfect time to come out and finish things up. And this weather is much more representative of how spring and winter normally are here in Portland. We're joined by Luca, of course, but not Beep. She's stuck inside today. Little girly. As usual, here's a look at what things are looking like from the back of the yard, the garden bed, all around, those hanging planters, and this little bed right here. There's not much new stuff growing in this section yet. This is where all the begonias are planted, but those definitely came in later last year, so I'm still feeling pretty good about, feeling good about those. Last year I was a little nervous that they hadn't survived the winter, but I'm sure they'll be making an appearance here in the next month or so. This Camellia has a lot of new growth. All of this like darker brown wood is the new growth compared to like this stuff, and you can see all these little buds along it and all these big buds that'll be nice flowers here soon. So always exciting when that one blooms. Over here got the ferns, and this is where I did the majority of the work the other day, cleaning out the like mulched stuff we had laid down. And I also was successful in separating some of the chrysanthemums and moving those around. But if you look in here, there's all kinds of new stuff coming back already. So for instance, all these little, I think they're called anemone flowers, we planted along. Those are always the first to come up. Also these tulips, we've got a lot of different tulips coming up. We'll see, those will probably flower in the next couple weeks, in a month or so. We'll see. One thing I noticed when I was working out here the other day was we use these like wood blocks sometimes to like hold up the plants when they get too big and they start to flop over. And I had left it in there over the winter and realized it was on top of all of these poor anemone flowers. So they started growing like underneath the wood and are all a little smushed. So we'll see how they turn out this year, but next year I'll just have to remember to take this out when I'm done with it. This is one of the purple chrysanthemums I replanted. There's something growing here, this new thing, and this is a flower too right here. I don't remember the name of it. Maybe I'll have to double check what we have planted, and maybe I'll add it to the top of the video when in post editing. This is another, these are some dahlias. Haven't started growing back again yet, but that's what these are. And over here, this is what is left of the big pink chrysanthemum that I divvied up. So, oh, and then another thing, I put the pink ones here, and I planted some orange chrysanthemums right here next to it. So that's what this little like lump is right here. And this is the one that I bought last year in a pot, and I'm worried I might have left it in the pot too long. So, we'll see if it grows. If it does, I think that'll really help a lot with like breaking up the monochromatic colors we have here, because it'll be more like orange, pink, orange, purple, pink and orange, yellow, a nice little mix of colors. But we do have a lot of grass. You can see these tulips are like growing in the grass, and Kyle and I are a little unsure what we want to do with all of this. I was mentioning that we could try and suppress a bit of the grass by doing just some like basic mulching and like a basic weed barrier with like wet paper bags. But Kyle says he likes the grass, so I don't know. We'll figure out kind of the balance we want to strike here. But you can see all of the irises are definitely coming back, and this was another one that I had the wood on here, and you can see there's stuff trying to grow underneath it, so we'll see how this one turns out. But these irises are another thing that I want to kind of divvy up and then spread back out throughout the garden bed. I didn't have a chance to do that the other day, but they're normally, I mean, in the past when I've dug them up and replanted them, they did pretty well, so I'm not too worried about the fact that they already have some growth on them, but I probably shouldn't wait too much longer to divvy those up. This is the other part of the chrysanthemum that I moved around. So I just dug it up and pretty much kind of chopped it in half with a shovel or a trowel, and yeah, put it in this pot. We'll see kind of how it goes. You can see over here we've got some more mugwort coming, which I'm super excited for. This is one of my favorite plants to have around because it just smells so amazing. This one's growing back too already, you can tell. This was a parsley plant, and it's, yeah, come back quite, I mean, it's already coming back nicely, which is great. And this one I think is just kind of a mix of like wildflower seeds that have found their way in there over the years. Our magnolia tree has the start of some little buds, but they've still got a little ways to go. You can see though over here our neighbor's magnolia tree is just beautiful. These buds are about to open up, and that's gonna be so nice when it happens because it's just the most beautiful white and pink flowers you've ever seen. Our apple tree, it's got lots of new buds on it, so that's exciting. Not too much going on over here in the garden bed. The dead nettle, I always forget what it is, but it's definitely just, you know, going crazy in here for now, and I've kind of decided that I'm okay just leaving it like that until we want to plant some new things. This is a pineapple sage plant that I should cut back, and it doesn't, I don't see much new growth, pretty much any really coming in, but we'll keep an eye on that. Pineapple sage is another just really great herb that I like to have because it smells so nice. We have another one planted here, but similarly I don't see any new growth now, but that could just be because it comes later. So we'll keep an eye on those as well. Oh, look at those juncos. It's a little boy and a girl. They like to come pick seeds up from the ground. We ended up taking propagations from the rows in the front yard, so that's what all of these are. All of these cuttings we just chopped and cut at an angle at the bottom, and then dipped them in some rooting powder and just popped them in here. And so for now, I think our plan is to leave these in here for at least a few months while they start forming roots, and then eventually we'll take some of them out and repot them, especially if we plan on using this bed like we did last summer for vegetables as well. So, but for now those will be in there. Here's some more we put just in a pot. We were worried that we may have waited a little too long to do this because you can see there's already a lot of new growth. But you know, like everything, you just kind of gotta wait and see, and if it doesn't work out, that's a lesson learned for next time. Kyle and I were super excited to see that the pear tree looks like it's blossoming, or at least it's got some buds on it. Remember, these were the ones we got last spring, I think, or last summer, and they're supposed to be autumn fruiting pears. They're different varieties, but this is another one. And this one, again, isn't as far along, but it's got some little buds on it. But this one, yeah, lots of signs of life. So we're super excited about that because we were worried that, I don't know, with all the extreme heat we got last year, maybe they fried, but they seem to be doing okay. Our second apple tree also has some new growth on it. You can see all these little buds. This is the one that historically has not flowered. So we'll see if this year's different. Here's a look at the yard from this angle. I love the way that the moss grows in our yard. The moss and all the other flowers like in the cracks of the cement. I think that's pretty cool. Wow. I thought maybe Kyle and I should come and like scrape some up and bring it inside, put it on the base of our house plants, and that might look kind of cool. And I also did some work over here the other day. I cleaned out this bed a bit, just kind of cutting off the dead stems from last year. You can see that we already have some more mint coming in, which is awesome. I also noticed over here that this stick, one of the ones that we're layering, if you look, move this rock here, all of these roots, ooh, and a little like centipede or millipede, ooh, a couple of them. But it would appear that the stick, the branch has, oh, some jays, jeez. They just flew right through. Oh, more. Oh my gosh. Yeah, jays are definitely some of the more common birds that we get in our yard. But yes, anyway, so the fact that all these roots are here, to me, says that this one's ready to be propagated. So that'll be a fun thing we can do here soon. Okay, and it's starting to rain now, so I think Luca and I are gonna wrap things up and head inside before he gets too wet. He's hearing the birds. Oh, do you see the jay right there? That's as far as I can zoom in. But yep, this is how things are looking. At the oh, there's a squirrely. Oh my gosh. If only Luca could see it. Oh. I don't know where the squirrel went. Oh, there it is. Hey. Hey, squirrely. The squirrels at the park by our house are pretty social. A lot of the times they'll walk right up to you. It's a little gray squirrel. Ooh, hi. Whoa, there he goes. Okay, back again. This is what the yard is looking like at around mid-March 2023. First day of spring, which means the days are now getting progressively longer, or they are lighter than they are dark, officially. And with that, things are going to be picking up in the garden pretty soon. So excited to see what starts popping up here in the next few weeks and bringing you all along for the ride. So thanks so much.